Today's a weird day today. It's a fucking leg day. That's what today is. So, we have to have fun. Okay. One more rep. Okay. Whew. Next set, 2 failure and beyond. That was fucking fun. Let's do some crazy shit, huh? I'm saying we push so hard we can't. That's what I'm saying, right? We go hard and die low. Ooh. Stay straight. One more. Ooh. One more set after that. Go beyond. Holy shit, that's a lot of weight, I think. I don't know. I can't do math right now. I'm gonna go home. It feels like a lot. Okay. That's the end of that set. I'm gonna drop that 25. Okay. This is fun. But no missing workouts. Going to bed. Fucking bullshit. Pain. Legs. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fucking all I had. Lost my hat. Fucking A. This is a hard ass fucking workout today. It's tiring. That's what's happening. Oh, fuck. Holy shit. You ever just wonder if the weight you're using is enough? Oh my gosh. Or is it just some ego shit some days? It's like, I don't know. Come on to some single leg fucking hamstring curls. Fuck. Some days, this is fucking, it's fuck, words. I want to do the set, that's my brain. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna rest about 10, 15 seconds. Oh, they fixed it. Holy shit. That's so nice. That's actually fucking sick. That's so cool, actually. Since this isn't as nervous system taxing, you don't need as much rest. Okay, that's the end of it for me. Shit, next set, I guess. I don't know. Fuck. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, what's that? What the fuck? Okay. Whew. Give myself like a 15-second break. CNS taxing that bad. Oh my gosh. I'm just mentally done. Okay. Alright. We done. Alright. Let's get some physique check and posing. No sucks. See how good I look today after a good leg day. No, not you're good. Okay. See what I'm looking like. Nice. Okay. This is nice. This quad pump is fucking crazy. Like, my hamstrings are a little lacking, but I'll get that fixed in about probably a year. Yes. My quads are looking better. It's almost a year of recording my training, and I'm into almost 2 months of fully tracking my macros. So we'll change. We'll see what we look like by the end of, I'd say, 2 years of recording. I ought to get bigger. That'll come with training and time. That's the fun thing about training naturally, is it'll take years. That's the fun part. Relaxed. Side relaxed. Back relaxed. And side relaxed. Ooh. That's crazy to me. Like, I am lean, like fairly lean now, but like, I look bigger, even though I'm a little leaner, a little smaller, but hey, that's how lean this works. You look a little bigger, you put on muscle. Because I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is bulk to 170 and then get down probably a good 150 after I'm up 170, depending on how I look. If I'm 170 and don't have abs, I'll probably recomp to about 160, see if I have abs by then. But if not, fuck it. We're just gonna start cutting, see how much muscle we actually gained in this phase of getting big. That's my goal. Hello. I'm gonna post it, fuck it. I think every time I do legs, I should do a posing and leg day, because this gym doesn't have a posing room for their upper body. You could just take your shirt off. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not big enough. I don't think I'll ever be big enough. Like, if my mindset is I can't take my shirt off now, and I'm bigger than I was almost, fuck. It's been almost a year. Almost a year ago, and I'm still not comfortable with that. Like, I look good enough. Because the reason I didn't do posing for the longest time was, like, I did actually like posing videos, and I just immediately deleted them. I never posted them because I was like, I don't like it. I don't want to show people this physique. It's kind of mid. Like, that's what my brain was going through. It's still kind of mid, but I feel like it's worth showing to myself at this point. Like, if I ever watch I do watch through these videos once in a while. Very rarely, actually. It's not a big thing I do, because I don't like hearing myself speak. Like if I'm recorded and someone's recording me and I'm listening to it back, I really hate it. It actually does piss me off. It'll take time of just listening to myself when I'm editing videos and stuff, which is the most amount of editing I do. So most of the time is just either getting rid of volume or raising volume so you can hear me. I haven't figured out how to segregate background music in my voice. It could be just the editing software I'm using, or it could just be the editing software, or my mic is just tuning them together. It just might be the mic, it might be just what I'm using to record, which is just my phone, which can't distinguish it, which is okay. That's okay. That's the fun part about being new to this. It's not really new, is it? It's fucking almost 200 videos worth of this shit. And like, is it new? Am I new? I would consider myself new still learning, which is always a good thing to be doing. But, so, Yeah, the upper body gym, you can just take your shirt off. Like no one cares. Like it is a normal phenomenon for you to just take your shirt off and be shirtless in there. So I don't know. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, there is just one posing gym and like posing part in the gym, and it is just in the leg day part of the gym, which is like segregated. But I don't like that word. Separated. That's the word I want. Separated. Separated into two warehouses. So like one warehouse is just for legs, the other warehouse is for arm, like for upper body shit. So that's it. Like a fun thing about the gym I'm going to is that it's just like those two things are separated. So like you have a lower body day and an upper body day, and so that's the fun part. But you know, it's all cool. I just watched a video. Watched a video that Jeff Mifford just posted. It is his 365-day transformation video of him doing an experiment on himself. Since he's 15 years into lifting and he's natural, what he's doing is he's trying to see if he actually can still gain muscle, like even after 15 years of lifting, or is he at his natural peak? Is he at the limit of his natural? Like, can he grow any more muscle? And the funny thing is, technically, no. I mean, there's not enough people who's gonna watch my videos, and more people are gonna watch his video. I would highly recommend watching his videos. Highly recommend. That's where most of my information comes from. Is from Dr. Mike Israetel, Greg Doucette, Jeff Nippard, the back guy. Sometime Derek from More Plates, More Dates. Sometimes he hasn't been posting very often, so I haven't been watching. Like that's where most of my like scientific evidence come from, and my training understanding are coming from, is like guys like that. Who like two of them are very, like all three of them are very smart. All four of them actually are very intelligent. Like Greg has a master's in kinesiology, so he will tell you what is good and isn't good, and how to cut and how to gain weight and stuff like that to keep muscle mass. Dr. Mike Israetel, he's a doctor because he's a PhD in sports science. Jeff Nippard has just started his own research company. I would consider it. Is it a company? I don't know, but he's funding his own research now, so he's becoming more of like a research. And then that guy has a master's in sports science. So these are all very intelligent people. Then you've got Sam Sulek, who is also very intelligent. I think it's a bachelor's in architecture. I don't remember. Because I think it's a bachelor's in architecture. They're all very, like, the whole stereotype of gym rats being stupid or, you know, dumb muscle man. That stereotype isn't a thing anymore. Like, it's still stereotype, but it's not a actual legitimate stereotype anymore. Because the reason stereotypes exist is because there is a certain bias to them by people seeing them, and also just their experiences with those types of people. Like, if you listen to a lot of bodybuilders nowadays, most of them are very intelligent. Like, even people who would consider, or people consider very, not the smartest people in the room, like, the only way to get big is you have to be able to be intelligent with your training. Because You can't get big without being smart, or you have to hire someone who's very intelligent and you will learn from them through just training with them. Because if you're not learning through your coach, then you're not listening to your coach. Think about it. If you're just turning your brain off and listening to what your coach is telling you to do, you're not actually hearing what the coach is telling you. Because if the coach is telling you to do these reps, you're being a good athlete, yes. Like, you're being a decent athlete, but great athletes listen to their coach and try and understand why their coach is doing that. Because you can't be a great athlete without having a great mind. Even in bodybuilding, which is just a sport about lifting weights and being and having a beauty pageant. Not to knock it to any bodybuilder, to knock it to anyone who's aspiring to be a bodybuilder, but it is very, very much like a beauty pageant. It's a very muscular beauty pageant. And you have to be able to understand that if you get injured because you are trying to lift heavy weights, you may actually not be able to step on stage. Unlike most beauty pageants where you don't have to do much, you just have to look good and, like female beauty pageants, if you want to be the very best girl in a female beauty pageant, you just have to have a good genetic lottery. With bodybuilding, it is a lot genetics. It's like, I'd give a 50% chance, 50% of genetics, 25% of training, 25% nutrition. So, like, but you can outwork most of your genetics. Like, think about it. You can have the greatest genetics in the world, and yet you can still lose to someone who doesn't have the best genetics, because guess what? They're outworking you. They're listening to their coach. They're understanding what their coach is telling them. They're getting why their coach is trying to tell them to do this. Because if you're not, you're literally just doing the motion. You're not getting bigger. You're not doing that. Arnold once said, "I want to feel my muscle growing and doing the rep." That is mind-muscle connection. Science has shown that you do not need mind-muscle connection. You just need to make sure you're not getting injured, and you can do it. If you can't feel it, like, the thing about like mind-muscle connection is you can feel it contracting. That's the good thing about mind-muscle connection, because if you want to be able to have that mind-muscle connection, especially on stage, because some people don't have it with their like hamstrings and stuff, like especially newer, like very new lifters. Like, I didn't have it for the longest time. Like, I did not have any mind-muscle connection in my hamstrings at all. But want to know what I did have a ton of mind-muscle connection in? My back and my chest. Like one of my friends, when we were training, his mind-muscle connection was only with his biceps. Like, he could, like, every movement, any like little stress he felt on his biceps, he felt the exercise in his biceps. Like, me and him joke about it nowadays. Like, we do squats once in a while, and I'm like, I feel it in my biceps. Because that was an actual thing he said to me once. Like, when I was helping him train, he was like, I feel this in my biceps. And I was like, how? And he's like, it's just because, like, I'm holding the bar and I'm squeezing my forearm against my bicep. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, that's how good his mind-muscle connection was to his biceps. And now that he's got a few years under his belt of training, not consistent training, just training in general, he actually has a ton more mind-muscle connection than I would think he would have. Like every rep he feels in his chest, if we do chest exercises, like back exercises, he feels it. Like when he does rear delt exercises, he'll feel it in his rear delts real nice, and then a little bit in his traps, which most people don't feel rear delts in their traps unless they're doing it severely wrong. But guess what? The fun thing about when you're doing rear delt flies or any rear delt exercise unless you're doing rear delt kickbacks, which is a weird exercise in general. I don't like them. They're weird. It's like a rowing movement where you go here and then just up. Doesn't really work your rear delts that bad much. It's just weird to me. But it does do a little bit of activation. Your scapula is retracting, so guess what your traps are doing? They're tensing up, which is understandable. That's an understanding thing. And like those who feel their traps when they're doing any like delt exercise except for front delts, that's an understanding, because any exercise with side or rear delts, your traps do get involved. That's why like a lot of bodybuilders will tell you, just if you're doing rear delts, if you're doing side and rear delts hard enough, you kind of don't need to do traps unless they're lacking, which I agree with, because even that, you're actually exercising your traps any type of movement you're doing. The only time you like need to specifically focus on traps is if they're not growing to your liking, like if they're becoming a weak point, like they're not creating that nice little human. That's my favorite thing to watch. If you've ever seen any big person in real life, like real muscular person, and their traps are big, the first person that comes to mind when I think of that is Shansborough, because his traps are massive and like it looks like a little person inside of a big mech suit. Like that is an insane thing, because that's how your traps grow, because the way they connect is they connect to your spine and your like shoulder blade, and they connect into your shoulder. So there is like the tendon goes under your shoulder into your shoulder joint, not your like this little socket for your shoulder joint. So yes, they will look like a human being inside, like a little human being inside of a big human being, because your shoulders and rear delts and your traps don't connect because of how they're connecting to your body. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting phenomenon, and that's why a lot of people will associate that with PED usage, because a lot of times when you do PEDs is people are like, oh, you can tell when they're using PEDs because of their shoulders and traps. No. It's just your shoulders and traps, and the human being have a lot of hormone receptors. You can get big shoulders without being on PEDs. It's just, for some reason, a little bit of, and it's also depending on where you're painting, because that's where the first contact it is, and stuff like that. It's just interesting stuff. Anyways, back to like the cool thing about training is since I've been recording these videos, I can actually look back at them. I think even before I had this tattoo, because I think I was recording. Did I record before I had both? Fuck. That's actually crazy to me, because that means there's, I think, probably 90 to 100 videos, maybe less, of no tattoos on my arm. Like, so that means I got tattooed, trained, recorded, and then got another tattoo. You guys got to see the process of me going through getting this tattoo fully done. And then, so that's the fun part. Like, that's the cool thing about training, is you get to see the difference in your physique as well. So even though I'm not that comfortable with like showing my physique, I'm recording it so I can show the comparison of me now to in the future. Because like if I keep recording to the point where like you guys get to see the growth over many years, you also get to see how my physique will change over those years. Like it won't be just like, it'll be subtle changes. So like if we go back to a video of my first showing of posing to, let's say, 100 days from now or 200 days from now, it's like episode 400, not episode, fucking document 400, because these are documents. This is a document. I'm documenting my journey. That's why I call them docs, because it's just funny to me, the idea that I'm documenting this journey of getting big. Like, that's the fun part, because I don't know if these will be that big of a change within another year. Because I'm gonna look back on document number 1, the start of this, and I'm gonna be at 365. And I'm gonna look back and be like, that is crazy. Because that means I also changed up my training style within these documents. That's crazy. That's actually an insane, like, understanding to me. That's a fun thing for me to think about. Because that means I get to see how I looked almost a year ago. And then I get to see what I'm going to look like in another year. Because since I'm documenting this journey of weightlifting and seeing how much muscle I can grow, how much, like, if I can get as big as I want, how long is it gonna take me, is my goal. Because I want to be 170 with abs, and my weight is starting to actually plateau and go down. So I'm actually adding calories right now to see how much more food do I need for me to start getting away from that plateau and start getting big again. Because, like, within the first few months, it was a lot of like I was gaining a ton of weight. Because I went from, like, that first document, I was 135, and right now I'm about fucking 148.5. That's a difference. I look different, I look bigger, I look fuller, but is it actually a change or is it more fat? We don't know. But we will find out. Fun document.